10 for it. I stay on the heavy motion. Grind me, really for real. Bad bitch in a bed and I'm a rock star. I'm a rock star. 50 on my neck and I'm a rock star. I'm a rock star. Hit him with the glizzy, see it so I see so part. Double roll whip, I don't need no start. I don't need no start. Pints of the muddy and it's pink. What the fuck you think? Scoring on them bombs, riding with the drums. Cross on my cotton sleeve. Balenciaga tag when I'm bound to leave. Got a murder habit, keep a semi-automatic. Nigga don't wanna war with the slimes. Pop a pill, now I'm feeling alright. Yeah, I'm feeling alright. Living like a ghost in the night. Bad bitch in a bed and I'm a rock star. I'm a rock star. 50 on my neck and I'm a rock star. I'm a rock star. Hit him with the glizzy, see it so part. I see so part. Double roll whip, I don't need no start. I don't need no start. Stuff the whole honey in a leather brief. Call it blood money, yeah, it's mine. Smoking on that pack, yeah, it's relief. Bury you today, yeah, it's my time. I shoot it, I hit it, I dump it. Big body bitch when I pump it. Know that we the coldest in the north. Walking with the carbon on the porch. Nigga don't wanna war with the slimes. Pop a pill, now I'm feeling alright. Yeah, I'm feeling alright. Living like a ghost in the night and I'm a rock star. I'm a rock star. 50 on my neck and I'm a rock star. I'm a rock star. Hit him with the glizzy, see it so part. I see so part. Double roll whip, I don't need no start. I don't need no start. They know I'm a monster. They know I'm a monster. Slash. Everything 4KT. Blood in the dirt. Bad bitch in a bed and I'm a rock star.
Shit, what up though? What up though? We're back finally. Just give me a couple more minutes to set up and then we'll be getting started here. I just got out the shower. Shit, I wasn't even gonna go live today, but I got to. Look at all you guys excited about the Max Holloway shit. What's poppin', me auto boy? What up, soda pop? Give me 1 second though. Give me 1 moment, boys. All right. So it's like, shit, you guys really think Max Holloway's wifey a gold digger, huh? I seen all the narratives. You guys really think Max Holloway's wife a gold digger? That shit's crazy to me. But I can't control you guys. I can't control what you guys think. But with that being said, I feel like we got to kind of break it down because I don't see it the way you guys see it. And we need to discuss it. I already said my piece in the caption of this post, and yet, you know, some returning viewers still don't agree with me. Shout out Max Energy. But let me read some chats to start off the stream. Tony M, what's poppin', homie? If Perry doesn't go live on time, it's gonna be bad, my. Honestly, I'm like on the verge of saying it myself, just because everybody be saying it these days. It don't even matter. But I'm not gonna say it yet. But we got Colby Covington dropping the N-word today at the RAF press conference in honor of Dustin Poirier. What up, Dylan? Sub Castro, legendary Castro rant incoming. Yeah, I think you guys are going to get some good stuff today from me. Soda Pop, he's back. Wow. Hey, Jacob, let's go to UFC 331. It's in LA and Josh Van is on the card. I mean, shit, Soda Pop. I think we could go to UFC 331, but I'm only pulling up if you pull up with me, big dog. What do you think? What do you think, Soda Pop? Phil Lay Show. Hello, everyone. What up, homie? Miatovoy, what up, homie? Says Max's old lady can give me double pink eye. Ricky, what up, Perry? I'm about to hit a home workout at a nice crib I'm watching. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Good shit, Ricky. Los Pollos TV ass entrance. Shit, call me Los Pollos TV. Why are we worried about Max's wife? I'm not really. Everybody else is, and I feel like I'm just, we're going to get to it. Don't worry, Jimmy Jam. But Jimmy Jam, enough with all this, like, I hate, the thing I hate the most is people asking me, why are we worried about Max's wife? Listen, homie. We're talking about it. Just please don't come in here and killing the vibe immediately with that gay ass shit. Why are we worried about Max's wife? Because we're fucking talking about it. You coming in here killing the convo off rip is not appreciated. Not appreciated, Jimmy Jam. Hate it when some of you guys do that, to be honest with you. It's like, shit. You got to cut, I got to cut. Nice cut, Perry. Thank you. Thank you. I like ya cut, G. Thank you, Tony M. She's nice. Max chased a low-tier Becky for 5 years. Sup with it, Perry Punch. What up with it, Malcolm? Malcolm, I'm in need of some tacos, homie. That whole Colby Raft presser was gold. It was. Tony Sal, what up, big dog? You missed me, Tony Sal? I know you did. You are trying to ruin Max's marriage. Again, it's like, bro, homie, do yourself a favor. In fact, Jimmy Jam, would you do us all a favor and just shut the fuck up? Please. Please, Jimmy Jam, for the one time. First minute brutal roast to Bilal, I know. Sea Blue, what up, homie? Says Max had a towel slip at the weigh-ins, and he really is a featherweight in the pants. He may have won at welterweight, but fool ain't blessed. Oh, all right. We never saw his dick though, did we? Soda says, yeah, I'll buy the plane ticket, and then we got to find a way to get in, no cap. LOL, that was actually a Los Pollos intro. Is that really a Los Pollos intro? He fucks with Young Boy too, or what? I thought I'm the only one allowed to fuck with Young Boy. Jimmy Jam says, I'm sorry. Thank you, Jimmy Jam. I apologize. Thank you. You know what I mean? It's the worst. Like, I hate, this is another thing you goofballs do, Jimmy Jam. Goofballs like Jimmy Jam will do something like, how is this MMA news related? Listen, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Please. Please. I hate it when you guys do this stupid, goofy ass shit. How this isn't MMA news. Oh my gosh, bro. Would you shut your fucking pie hole? That and then we got the other ones. They're all cut from the same cloth. But here's another fun, stupid ass comment I get all the time. Clickbait. No, that's not really it. Misleading caption. No shit, homie. We live in the Big 26. We clickbaiting out here, and it's up to you to figure it out. We in the Big 26. So, you feel me, though? I thought it was a rude topic. I don't give a shit what you think, Jimmy Jam. Come on now. I was just upset because I love Max and respect him. All right, enough roasting Jimmy Jam. I know I went a little bit intense there, so... But it's okay. Malcolm says, pull up for some tacos, my dude. Dangerous tacos with drive-bys happening to make tacos more exciting. Shit. What's the hour where them drive-bys aren't happening? Do I got to go in the morning, Malcolm? I'm not going at drive-by hour. Shit, it's probably happy hour for you guys, isn't it? Max Hollywood. Max is a grower, not a shower. Shit, I'm a grower, not a shower. I'm not afraid to admit it. I am too. Leave us alone. Growers are misunderstood. Oh shit, yeah. I'm with you, Soda Pop. Shit, I'm a grower, not a shower, homie. You feel me? Maybe you don't respect Max. Again, Jimmy Jam, just fucking pipe it. You know what I mean? Put a sock in it like I told you to do. You're not helping nothing. Tony Sal loves it. Jimmy Jam, just pipe it, homie. You ain't helping Max. Shit, I think I'm a grower, not a shower, boys. What you think? I'm man enough to say it. Let me get the live chat going because I think I'm missing some chats. Miata Boy says, I'd put money on she goes to town on Max's ass. Oh my gosh, Miata Boy. No Diddy. Jimmy Jam says, all right, I'll be back. All right. She got that big strap on. Oh my. Otto, yo, what up, man? I hope you're doing good and everybody else too, but especially you. I'm doing great. What I missed. You didn't miss much, Otto. I'm just catching up with the streets, reintegrating myself. You know, we back though. We back. We've been gone since what, Monday? No lives since Monday. Now it's Friday and shit. We back. To be honest, I've just been chilling, like just chilling, enjoying my free time. To be honest with you guys, for all the people that be tuning in, you know I be putting in work on the daily. So, really, if people want to know what I've been up to, not shit. I haven't been up to shit. Literally been enjoying my free time. Okay, so since we're talking about Max, let's just get into it now. But before we get into the whole Max topic, let me remind everybody the friendly reminder, right? Please run up the likes on the stream, subscribe if you're not subscribed. One more time, run up the likes on the stream and subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're about to get into this topic. Okay, everybody calling Max Holloway's wife a gold digger. We got that in the caption. What does the caption of this live stream say? Max Holloway's wife admits she's a gold digger? Question mark, exclamation mark, right? What's the thumbnail? Gold digger? Question mark, exclamation mark. Let me spoil it for you now. She ain't no gold digger in my opinion. She ain't no gold digger in my opinion. Now I say in my opinion because I've already said my piece and nobody fucking necessarily agrees with me. But yeah, she ain't no gold digger, bro. Come on now. So basically, here's the quote that everybody's going crazy over. Max Holloway and his wife did a podcast after his fight with some local guy in Hawaii. And the quote that came from that podcast is basically this. You know, Max Holloway's wife claims she left him on scene for 5 years before going on a date with him. And then the quote goes, I didn't know how big of a deal he was until I got home. A lot of people, I think, did not hear this quote in the full context. So I posted, you know, the full context quote in the video form, you know, the full length video, no cuts or anything like that, from the beginning of the topic to the end of the topic. But a lot of people caught on to it without her full explanation from other people posting it. They cut that part out. So, you know, let me just read my caption and then we'll watch the video. I might explain a little bit more before we watch the video. But what I wrote is, I said, I can't believe y'all actually think Max Holloway's wife is a gold digger. She clearly stated she started hanging out with him upon moving back to the islands and even hit him back and asked for a gym recommendation, which prompted them to hang out. And only then did she realize how big of a deal he was because people kept coming up to him. It's really not that hard to comprehend. She even adopted his son. So it's like all the people calling Max's girl a gold digger and shit. Bro, this girl straight adopted his son. And I am coming to the defense of Max's girl. I think Max would probably end up defending his girl as well. So I'm kind of taking Max's side with this one, and I will put a little bit of a caveat and say I hope I don't come to regret this, because let me put it like this. Yes, there could be some red flags, but these red flags that could be there could also just be genuine, true love from Alessa. What do I mean by that? I mean the adoption of Max's son. It's either true love, or it's some high grade, high level manipulation, because there's women out there who have, essentially, there's been documentaries, I've watched one of them, where like this woman, she married into a family, she started raising the kids that weren't her own, right? Just like Alessa's done, to the point where she wanted to adopt the children and have custody over the children as their biological mother, so to speak, right? Or their legal guardian. Then, after becoming their legal guardian, either I think this woman wanted to like divorce the husband, or I think she might have like tried to take him off the earth or something like that. And it was all right. She was doing these things because she wanted to take custody of the children, and she could take custody of the children after she locked in, whatever the word is, legal guardianship, right? Full on adoption as their legal mother. So I'm saying this, I don't think Alessa's doing this. I don't think Alessa adopted Rush to do something dirty in the end, to leave Max and then take Rush from Max. That's what women have done, though. Women have taken custody of the children, become their legal guardian, right? Because they marry into the family. Now that's the mom. Okay, the mom dumps the husband, divorces the husband, goes to court and seeks full custody of the husband's child, who she is not blood related to. This kind of thing has happened. Do I think that Alessa is doing this? No. So I'm not going to hold it against her. But I could easily see people saying, when I say she even adopted his son, I could see people saying, well, who's to say she didn't adopt him because she wants to take him from him? So I'm just putting it out there. I'm not an idiot. I know that narrative does exist. I don't think it's true, though. Now, the whole thing about her ignoring Max for 5 years, I mean, who cares? Plenty of women ignore dudes for long periods of time. But I think the thing that everyone missed that also got cut out is the fact that she was not living in Hawaii when Max was necessarily hitting her up. She was moving back to the islands because she lived in California for surfing. All right. She moved back to the islands, and then she hit Max up after he had been hitting her up for years. So, I mean, I don't really understand what everybody's got their panties in a bunch about, because based off my interpretation, yeah, Alessa might have been doing her thing in California when Max was sliding in her DMs and showing up to her birthday parties when she came back to Hawaii. Like, sure, she was doing her own thing then. But when Alessa came back to Hawaii, guess who her first choice was? Her first option? Blessed Holloway was her first option. She slid in his DMs. She responded back to him and said, hey, I'm looking for a gym. I'm coming back to the island. You got a gym you can recommend to me? She definitely hitting on him. And he said, yeah, go to Technical Strength. Then we should kick it as well when you come back to the island. She said, okay, then I'm down to kick it. They kick it. And then what you're about to hear in this video, once they started kicking it, once she accepted, after she hit him back up, he asked her to hang out and she said yes. Okay, then she started realizing how big of a deal he was, because they were kicking it and a bunch of people kept coming up to Max and she's like, oh, damn, he is a big deal. So that's the whole story. But I don't get what everybody's like. I don't know. I think a lot of MMA fans don't get puss. Can I say it? I think a lot of MMA fans don't get puss, bro. What the hell are you guys tripping about? You guys don't know how this shit works or what? She hit him back up. When she came back to the islands. He asked her to hang out. She said yes. Then she realized how popular he is. So, I mean, that's why I say, because buyer seller says, bro, I got hoes. Well, I'm not even talking about buyer seller, but anyone else who claimed they got hoes, and thinks Alessa's like a gold digger, or she didn't like Max until she found out he was champ. What the fuck do you think it meant when she hit him up asking for a gym recommendation? I just want to know, what the fuck do you think that meant? You think she was just looking for a gym recommendation? You think she hits up dudes for gym recommendations? Fuck no, she doesn't. She wanted Max. You know, but here's another side note that people might not fully understand is that Max is a single father, you know, from Y&I as well. So you got a Y&I boy straight from the ghetto, from the hood. Y&I is like LA of California. You know, it's the straight ghetto, the straight hood. Okay. And, you know, like I said, he's a single father, right? So look, I mean, Alessa probably just thinks he's the stereotype. You know, a Y&I boy doesn't really give a shit about, you know, the family life necessarily. He's a single dad, got a little bit of baggage. He's probably going to leave her too. He just wants to crack, you know? And, well, I lost my train of thought with that real quick, but, oh, just to say that, you know, there's another side to it too. Max is from Y&I. She's from Hawaii. She knows the Y&I boys. She probably was not looking to date a guy from Y&I. You know, and a lot of people who are watching, they're not from Hawaii, so they don't know. But I doubt that Alessa was looking to date a guy from Y&I. Personally. But, I mean, I could be wrong. But, you know, Y&I is like the ghetto, you know, you're looking, that's more of a ghetto boy city. So I don't know if Alessa was looking for a ghetto boy. I'm just saying, you know, Max was hitting her up. She was leaving him on scene. I think there's other reasons why she might have been leaving him on scene. Maybe she lived in another state. Maybe she figured he was from Y&I, had a kid, you know, single dad. I think she also has a son too. So I'm just kind of speculating on that. But I think that there is something to him being a Y&I boy, hitting her up. She was a little bit apprehensive. But anyway, let's go ahead and watch this. But look at Max Energy. Max Energy, common, you know, regular in the chat. He says, oh yeah, she for the streets. How fucking dare Max Energy say that shit? After I put the caption that I put. But anyway, let's listen to Alessa. Because everybody says Alessa, she snitched on herself. Let them talk. They're always going to reveal themselves. So let's hear it.
About Max and how you met him.
You know what's funny? He would say differently, but I lived in Hawaii. I'm born and raised here, all the way to the age of 18. As soon as I was 18, I actually moved. Like for my surfing career, I had to travel a lot. And
that's the other thing though. She's a professional athlete herself. So like professional athletes finding other professional athletes, like what the fuck are we on? Maybe she didn't make as much money, but like, let's not act like she's not of a certain status.
Flying from Hawaii to anywhere internationally was really hard. So I moved to California because LAX is the home base to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I actually moved to California as soon as I was 18. I was there for 8 years. So I didn't really know much about Max at the time. Like I knew that we went to the same school, we had mutual friends, and he was a fighter. That's kind of all I knew. And I stopped watching UFC like since I think Chuck Liddell retired, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't watch no more.
And that is what I suspected. They did go to the same school together. So she went to Y&I High School as well. So she is from Y&I. But again, she's from the hood. She kind of knows what these boys are about. So I would imagine maybe she was a little bit apprehensive. I'm just trying to explain why she ghosted him for 5 years. It's probably that, and it's or maybe not even that. I'm just going to put that as a maybe. But I don't know for sure. But I will say likely why she ghosted him is because she lived in fucking California. And then as soon as she came back to Hawaii, she slid back on Max. So it's like, I really don't, you know. As soon as she goes back to Hawaii, she responds to Max. She was just waiting. Interview the ex-wife, interview all the ex-wives. Honestly, Tony Sao, that's a fucking genius idea. Interview the ex-wife. Fuck it, play the music again. She pretty hot. Ruby Z says, damn Castro, these girlfriends making our legends look bad. Well, Max is a simp. I will say that Max is a simp. If you guys want me to condemn Max in any way, I'll just say that Max is a simp, and Max is the typical guy who brings his girl to the homie kick, you know, the homies. I don't know how to put it into a phrase, but you know, when all the boys are kicking it, Max is the only guy to bring his girlfriend with him. You know, Max is a simp, and yeah, he definitely the type of guy to bring his girlfriend to the fucking barbecue with the boys, you know. So Max a simp. Max would bring his girl to the barbecue with the boys, be the only guy bringing his girlfriend. Everyone else leaves the girlfriend home. Max can't leave his girlfriend anywhere. So he is a bit of a simp. But shit, he makes himself look bad with that shit. I don't think it's her. You know, I don't necessarily think it's her. I think he makes himself look bad with that. It's called a kickback. Yeah, you know, Mac's the type of guy to bring his girl to the kickback by her seller. You know the deal. Tony M says got banged by the whole neighborhood. That's diabolical, big dog. That's diabolical, big dog. If you bring your girl to the boys' kickback, you're a fucking bitch. No, you are a fucking bitch. And that's what I said, you know, I'm not calling Max Holloway a bitch, even though I may have said that without saying it fully. But, and I'm going to say bad shit in front of your bitch and she going to learn. I mean, listen, guys, don't ever bring your fucking girl to the kickback, okay? If no one else is, don't be the only guy to bring your girl to the kickback, please. Do not be that guy. That's a terrible person to be. I'm telling you, Max Holloway is a simp. You know, he is a simp. But shit, just because Max Holloway is simp doesn't mean Alessa's a bad girl. And that's what I'm going to put on, and that's what I'm going to, you know, stand on until further notice. And let this be a little cliffhanger. Somebody remind me later. But you know who I think might not be the best? And I could just be crazy and I could just be making shit up. But if you guys want my honest opinion, I kind of feel like Dustin Poirier's girl ain't really for him. You know, I actually feel like Dustin Poirier's girl ain't really for him. You know, to be honest with you, I feel like Poirier's girl ain't really for him. You know, something about her. Now, I don't want to get too into the weeds about it, but I'll just say the way she handled Dustin's situation with the alcohol, her forcing Dustin to retire and shit, you know, I don't like it. I think she made a big deal about his drinking incident. I think she's forced him to retire. I think she's not the best, bro. She's not the best, in my humble opinion. You know, she got allegations from Conor, like, your wife is in me DMs. Who the fuck knows if that shit's true? But, I mean, I do have my concerns about Dustin Poirier's wife, if anything. If anything. She getting tag team WWE style in LA, then came running back. You guys are tripping, and that's what I mean. You guys got to get that shit out your head, Miata boy. It's fine, Miata boy, but if I could just be serious about it for 1 second, it's like not even funny. It's retarded. It's retarded. You guys saying Alessa's for the streets is actually like retarded. Like, and you guys know me, I don't mind that shit. But like, how are you gonna throw Alessa in the same category as like a fucking Tracy Cortez? You know I don't give a shit. If she for the streets, she for the streets. I don't think she for the streets though. Bro, my homie brought his girl to the kickback. She was a vibe killer from the jump. Yeah, they always are. That's facts, Castro. Never bring a girl to the kickback. Never. Never. You could bring your girl if other dudes are bringing their girl, but shit, don't be the only one. Why would Perry interview his ex-wife? Perry's too lazy to even send a DM to a fighter. Stepa92828, who the fuck are you? Because I feel like you're somebody else on a burner. And who were you originally? I don't really mind what you're saying. It's not a big deal to me. I'm just trying to figure out like who you are. By that I mean my humor might offend her, but I'll respect. Miata boy. Women that get with high level down for the lifestyle. Facts, Castro. DP's girl was in Conor's DMs. I've always heard about people talking about Poirier and his girl not being compatible. I mean, can I just say what I think about Poirier's girl? I'm going to say what I really think about her. I feel like Poirier's girl would fuck a bad boy. Like, how do I say? Oh, it sounds so gay the way I said it, but it's true. I think Dustin Poirier's wife likes bad boys, like white trash boys. You know, Dustin Poirier's wife, I think she attracted to like the white trash bad boys. Let her find a skinny white boy with tattoos. You know, younger than DP, a little taller than DP. She gonna fucking melt. That's what I really think. You know, I think it's a red flag a little bit low key. Dustin Poirier's wife, I think she a bit of a red flag. Just something don't sit right. Dustin posted something with her. You know, they were at the pool together. You know, she in her little bikini, she's still in her little good shape. I don't like any of it. And it's crazy because, like, it doesn't mean your girl can't be in good shape because that means she cares about men. It's not what I'm trying to say. I just don't like it on her. I just don't like it on Jolie. You know, something about Jolie rubbed me the wrong way. And I think it's because I was already being rubbed the wrong way by her when I heard what Dustin was saying, how she responded to his, you know, public drunk incident. You know, she made a big deal about it. Big deal about it. Listen, my girl, that shit happens to me and you make a big deal about it. Fuck you. Fuck you. Make a big deal about it. You better stick by my side. You better stick by my side and know who the fuck I am at the end of the day. When everyone's against me, you better be for me. You feel me? And she wasn't. She wasn't. She's like, yo, that can't happen again. That can't happen again, Dustin. Why, you looking for an excuse to leave him? That should be your king. That could happen again and again and again. It won't matter. You would always stick by Dustin because you know who the fuck Dustin is no matter what they say. No matter what the fuck they say about him. You know who he is. You know it ain't nothing. You know he going through shit with his dad. On top of that, her making him retire fucking early. This guy's dying on the inside because she made him fucking retire. You know, I don't really trust DP's wife. And I'll just kind of stop it with that. It is disrespectful. But whatever, honestly. You know what I mean? Whatever. Ha ha ha. She made a big deal, of course. Wow. I mean, bro, you guys want your girl making a big deal? You get arrested for drinking in public, talking shit to people. You know, your girl gonna fucking get on your ass about that? What the fuck? Am I the only one who thinks that's crazy? You're my girl. You're not my fucking mom. The hell's going on here? That can't happen again? Or what? Or else what? What's going to happen if it does happen again? You're going to find another white trash boy like me? You know, you're going to find another trailer trash white boy like me? Talking about Dustin. No. Dustin's the top trailer trash white boy. They don't make trailer trash white boys like Dustin. You know? Another Giselle and Tom Brady situation with DP's wife. I mean, I'm worried. They call her the mouthful in the streets. That's so disrespectful, Miata boy. I would love to put Tracy in a Peruvian necktie. Miata boy would love to get pink eye from Tracy. I guess the in Conor DMs is she was thanking him because Conor donated big to Poirier's charity. Yeah, see what I mean, Tony M? Why the fuck is she doing that? I told you, she likes the tatted up white boys. Skinny tatted up white boys. That's Jolie Poirier's style. Didn't Dustin have to fight some dude because he was hitting on Jolie? Shit, I would have liked to be a fly on the wall in that situation. Just to see how much she was going. You know, I just want to know how much she was going. Also, though, Max and his girlfriend have some stuff too. Like, I think she has guy friends and stuff, and Max is cool with it. I don't really like that. Costa and Poton already demolished Tracy's sugar walls. Yo, what's going on? Just got here. What up, bro? DP's wife is looking for a young buck. I think she is. And she's going to support him with DP's fucking money. Jim Lotus, what up? DP a hoe, though, too, should be calling for that Gaethje fight. He should be. This guy Perry goes live twice in 2 weeks and comes back with shit takes. Nah. Shit. You could say that, but I mean, isn't it funny how you could say that, but I'm so confident in the takes that it doesn't even... I think other streamers might let that go to heart, but it's like, bro, what the fuck you want? This is the juice. I'd spit in Cortez butt. Not gonna... Oh my gosh, Miata boy. That's insane. Miata boy with peanut butter Tracy Cortez. We like to disrespect... Oh, DP need to start some beef with Gaethje. Winner gets DP's girl. Damn. Damn, Franklin. Yeah, fight at a block party. Yup, I know. In the front yard. LOL, fly on the wall in that situation. Wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall in that situation? DP's wife should not be communicating with Conor at any cost. Doesn't matter if Conor donated millions. No, I 100,000,000% agree, Rubizi. Why do you think Conor said your wife's in my DMs, homie? He's letting him know. I mean, Jolie, it's been out for a long time. Jolie, I don't think she's really compatible for DP. Guy hugged Jolie from behind, and then Poirier and his homies fought the guy and his buddies. Yeah, hugging Jolie from behind is just a telltale sign she was going. She was going. We all know Max is somebody going through a panty drawer. Honestly, Ricky, I wouldn't put it past Rush if he was a little bit attracted to Max's mom. Or Max's mom. Max's wife. Nah, man, we would take Max's chick. I wouldn't take Max's chick, Tony. I'd fight Alex for a chance to hit. Okay, let's keep this going, though.
Yeah, me and my dad used to like watch all that stuff, and then, you know, you're in that sports community at home, like Hawaii, you represent. So I would hear him here and there, and I think the same. We have our moms are, my mom and his mom have mutual friends.
So let's talk about Max and how you.
And his mom have mutual friends that you know talk. You know, you talk amongst each other.
Yeah.
But I was deciding to come home after 8 years. I was like, California's just not it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not it. And he would actually be like talking to me here and there. Like we have mutual friends again, and he was very supportive. Like, oh, that's sick. Oh, competing, cool, whatever. But
Wait a minute. How, in DMs?
Yeah. He was a bit in the DMs for sure.
The only way that people talk to people nowadays.
True.
No, yeah.
True. Okay.
But you know, you can tell there's a little flirtiness there, and at the time I just wasn't, you know, I'm like focused, got stuff going on, so I was like, okay, cool. But as I was coming home, he was such a nice person. I was like, oh, I know he's somebody that's gonna steer me in the right direction for finding like a gym to work out, and just, you know, another face in that community that, you know, one thing that's cool about Hawaiian athletes, like we level each other up.
Yeah.
So why not, like, you know, and his mom had mutual friends that, you know, talk. Yeah. So I reached out to him. I was like, hey, I need to find a gym. He works at Tactical.
This is where a lot of people began the clip, but it's like they completely cut out the part where she said she wasn't even living in Hawaii. And she hit him back up as soon as she was moving back.
Darren Yap, he's awesome. He's a hard ass though.
Yeah.
But he sent me that direction. He's like, hey, like we should hang out. And I already knew where this was going. I was like, damn, I think I fell for the trap.
Whoa.
Like, I think he was doing this for 5 years now. Like, he would come to my birthdays.
Persistent.
Oh, he would tell you, what's the saying, love?
Huh? Consistency.
No, he's like, I'm just.
Consistency, bro. That's all you had to do.
And he's like, he says, I'm planting the seed. So,
You can ask one of my friends, my Micah Nakagawa, Brandon Martin, or you know our friends that know each other. But I'd always be like, oh, read to her on top of one of her stories. You know what I mean? And she leave me on red. I was like, bro. I was like, bro, she left me on red. She let me see song.
he was very persistent.
Not even read them. Would have given me no hope. Like, man, she's not into it.
Again, I respected Max though. I know he was yeah. So I reached out to him. I was like, hey, I need to find it. He was a great athlete from what I've heard. Again, I never watched UFC, nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a big deal till I got home, and then he's like, everybody's like, yeah, Max, how's it going? Can I get a picture? Blah blah. I'm like, oh.
But wait, real quick. She just said, you know, she respected Max. She knew he was a great athlete. She just didn't know to what extent. So she respected him. She knew he was a good athlete and still ignored him. You know. But people are going to say, no, she didn't. She ignored him till she found out who he was. She knew who the fuck he was. She just didn't know the context.
Shoot. I didn't say anything to him. I was like, oh, this guy must be, you know, a big deal. So I had one of my friends be like, they were like, oh, you're hanging out with Max. Do you not know he's like a big deal here? And I was like, oh, really? He's like, he's about to fight too. And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, all right, I'll do my research. I was like, oh, dang, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that. Like, I just thought he was a really nice guy. And again, very persistent. Yeah, which was like, I give him that. Like, he wasn't like creepy or anything, but I was like, man, this guy he's all on the gas right now. Okay.
Yeah.
He was a great athlete.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's fucking hard to say. And I don't even think it's worth the time to go into these hypotheticals. But it's like, here's my other opinions about this. she started kicking it with Max, and then she realized how popular he was. But Max already kind of the dude. Max already kind of the dude. Take the fame away. Max, a cool dude in my opinion. I don't think she would have had any issues fucking falling for Max had he not been a champion, had he been some other type of career choice. As long as he had like a cushy little lifestyle, with his son, and he could provide for himself and maybe his family, I think she wouldn't have really had a problem liking him. I don't think that like she didn't like him and then she just liked him when she found out that he fucking got the belt. Like that's what you guys make it out to be. Like now let's talk about it full context. Would she have maybe done him dirty and fuck some other dudes if he was like a construction worker providing for his family? She might have put him through the ringer a little bit and then settled with him or settled on him. Maybe, right? Maybe. But again, that's hypothetical shit. We can't put that on her. That's just hypothetical shit. But again, why do men try to achieve a certain level of status before locking in with women? In a sense, right? In a sense, I'm not saying all men do that. A lot of men wife up women in college or in high school type shit, and it works out. But I'm just saying, why do a lot of other men choose to achieve their status, become established, if you will, and then pursue women? Maybe because then the woman would be more inclined to not play games with him, right? And not put him through the fucking ringer. So, I mean, the same shit that we do, right, to prevent women from doing this shit, now we're going to blame them. It just, I don't even understand. Like, don't we all want to achieve status to some degree so that we are the top dog? And then once we achieve said status and become said top dog, and then said girl falls for us because we got it all, now she's the bad guy. What the hell? We just spent all this time trying to fucking do this to get the baddie. Now we get the baddie, and now she's a bad person. I mean, what do we... Do you guys feel me a little bit? You guys feel me a little bit. Conor has a real one. Yes, Conor has a real one. Conor has a real one. I can't take that away. Space says not really. Space, you not feeling me? Space saying you think so. What a fucking bop. Oh my gosh. Humiliation ritual. Max is high volume with the DMs. Max is a simp. Look, Perry, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no non-UFC champ / top contender. You really think that? I feel like you guys, this is why I'm kind of saying, I'm going to say it again. I don't mean to troll you guys. This is no rage bait, but it's going to end up being rage bait. This is why I think you guys don't get bitches, really. In a sense, this is why I'm just not sure that you guys get bitches. You really think that girls only want UFC champs or top contenders? Like, listen, guys, I don't know who needs to tell you this, but it's hard to contextualize it. But you guys are living on the internet too much, man. These girls are fucking normal just like everybody else. Like, I don't know how to, I don't know how to tell you guys, but like, listen, bro, not every girl wants a UFC champ or a top contender. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit, bro. Girls don't even really care that much about fighting. Like the actual concept of fighting, they could care less about. All they want is like a big guy who appears to protect them. They don't even, you know what I mean? We've been through this, because then it's like, okay, you want a guy who's a good fighter, so you date Demetrius Johnson. And they're like, no, I wouldn't date Demetrius Johnson. He's 5'5", 125. I'd rather marry a guy who's not a fighter, not a trained fighter, that is, who's 6'2", 200 pounds. So it's like girls just like to feel safe around a guy. They don't even really care about UFC champ or all this shit. Doesn't even make sense to them. It's just, I want to contextualize the part though, where it's like you guys think that she, only wants a UFC champ or a top contender. And, if he wasn't that, he couldn't have pulled her. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. What do you think? Alessa's not this like... I don't know. She seems pretty down to earth to me. She doesn't seem like this IG model, this OnlyFans model. There's so much context. You guys are throwing her into the worst of the worst category of women. Tyler Betts says is putting Max in a cuck chair. Rower says, I think this whole thing actually adds integrity to their relationship. Ruby Z says she doesn't like him at all. Again, you guys are out of your mind. If she didn't like him at all, she wouldn't have responded to his DMs. But you guys would know that, right? Because you guys get bitches. Right? uh People tripping and wanting to deflect from Ian Gary. I think the ex-wife was badder. You feel me? Honestly, the ex-wife was kind of bad, Tony Sal. But you know, that ex-wife was kind of like she bad and all, like, I can kind of tell with the ex-wife. I think she was bad, like sexy, but she was also bad metaphorically and physically speaking. You know, she probably bad all around. You know, I feel like something tells me Max's ex-wife, you know, she did drugs. She was probably a freak in the sheets, and she was pretty as well. You know, something tells me she was she was bad all around. You know, the good and the bad, she was both. Men try to achieve high status to try and capture high status women. And then when they do that, when they capture said high status women, then that woman is a piece of shit, Ruby Z. Tyler Betts says, cuck Maxon. The ex left after the third Volk loss. D Devlin is a real one. Holy rage bait. Chat mad she won't settle for a bum because they a bunch of bums. Who's to say she wouldn't have settled for a bum, though? That's what I'm saying. She probably would. Listen, guys, okay, guys, here's another fucking, I mean, to all the bums in the chat who are mad, right? As Roro said, chat mad she won't settle for a bum because they a bunch of bums. Listen, guys, I don't know who needs to tell you. I guess it's me. All you bums out there, you got chances too. Bums need love too. Women love bums too. Okay? It ain't about whether you're a bum or not. It's about how you carry yourself. What you fucking make her feel when she around you. Okay? How about the word aura? You could be a bum. You could be a bum, bro. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter, bro. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, she probably would have settled for it. Listen, if Max was a bum, she probably would have settled for Max. Cause Max a real dude. You know, Max carries himself in a certain way. Max demands respect. You know, and these are things that women do gravitate towards as well. Bum or not. Cause she gonna go around a rich guy and find out that he a fucking goofball and be like, shit, I like the bum more. You guys just don't understand the full circle of things, don't you? You know? You never stop to consider that, huh? All you bums in the... And I'm sorry, I don't mean to fully insult you guys. It's just a joke, all right? But all you bums in the chat, never stop to think for 1 second that these other fucking guys who apparently got it all, you know, think about how many of them are fucking goofballs. Then she come crying back to the bum. I told you guys in the beginning of the streaming days. The biggest threat to a rich guy is the fucking broke ass dude. Because the broke ass dude really gotta have some substance. He really gotta perform. He really gotta capture you without the fucking cash, without the money. You feel me? That mean he cracking better. He probably got better game. You know, he probably got better style, better swag. He got to do more with less. You know, the biggest threat to a rich dude is the broke ass dude. You know? Why you think I said, you think Dustin Poirier is safe? No, bro. The biggest threat to Dustin Poirier is that broke ass trailer trash white dude across the street all tatted up. You know, that's the biggest threat to DP. Who did Tom Brady's wife cheat on him with? Bill Belichick or her jiu-jitsu coach? Okay, then. She read the WAG book from Ian Gary's wife, Speak from the Heart, Castro. You know I always do. These bitches want Duke Dennis. She likes his gold. They want a Derek Lewis type. Demetrius is actually 5'3". Hang on. We got so much good chats. Let me read them. Women want safety and security. Yes, Ruby Z. And that has nothing to do with whether or not you're a UFC champ. You know, there's so much to it. But again, you guys all get bitches. So, like, I don't need to tell you. Keep training, guys. Perry trying to save the bitches for him. Eric said, what up, Eric? Says DJ's wife is taller than him. Space Kid, don't be deleting chats, please. I want to see them. Malcolm says, preach, brother. Shit, you know I be preaching, Malcolm. It was made to be. Same with Volk. You say that and next week it will come out she's getting dog walked by the pool guy. Well, you know what, Miata boy? That is why I started off this stream and I said, you know, I better not look like an asshole for this. But I am going to stick up for her. I hope I don't look like an asshole and regret, you know, because like I said about Alessa to start this all off, you could spin the narrative both ways for her. I'm choosing to spin it on the positive end for her because she hasn't really done anything bad, although there are some red flags. But you could also spin the same shit in the negative context for her. So I'm just saying I'm going to spin it in the positive context and hopefully I don't look like a fucking asshole. But I just want you guys to know that I am aware that, you know, there are red flags from her and maybe they are red flags, but I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe it's also just coincidence. And I don't think the whole thing about when she hit him up is the biggest red flag. How about that red flag where like Max's manager was cuddling up next to her? That's a bigger red flag to me. You know, that's a bigger red flag to me. When they went viral when Max knocked out Gaethje and then footage surfaced of his manager, Max's manager, snuggling up to her after the win. That was a bigger red flag. You know, but I'm choosing to say, oh shit, that was just coincidence. She's a good person. But I don't really fully know. Space says, they do eventually spin back. Shout out to Space. Come on now. Baby girl, a gold digger homie. Ha ha ha. What we on, streets? Shit. Well, I'm getting the poll closer and closer, Perfecto. 57% right now. It's been like unanimously 90%. Saxby says, doesn't matter as long as she is good to him. Tony says, you saying Max couldn't handle a bad bitch? Max couldn't handle a bad bitch, Tony M. I don't think he wants to handle a bad bitch because he doesn't like the drugs and shit. He had a kid. He chose to be more of an adult. You know, he didn't want to deal with the games. I respect Max for not handling that bad bitch. I wouldn't say he couldn't handle her. I would say he didn't want to handle her. I would say he kicked the bad bitch to the curb. Perry's technically a bum. That's fine. I probably am technically a bum. Wow, LOL. Bum maxing. Yeah, shit. Bums need love too. Bums need love too. You guys heard it first. Perry shows up to work twice a week and doesn't have a job. Technically bum. Shit, call me a bum. Call me a bum. Chandler emailed his girl for 5 years. He had aura. Come crying back to the bum. LOL. They do. They come crying back to the bum. And I'm just telling all the boys in the chat, you know, if you a bum, shit, that don't mean girls don't like you. True, everyone's a goofball except for me. True. Space Kid says, haha, I remember that convo. So see what I mean? Do I lie, Space Kid? See, the thing about me is it'll always be the same. I don't fucking cap. I don't cap. I said this shit way long ago. Fast forward to this topic with Max's girl, and I'm still saying the same shit now. I don't change. You know, other people will ride on the coattails of a narrative. You know, what's everybody saying? What's the comment section saying? Okay, let me side with the comment section. Never been me. Couldn't be me. Never that for me. You know? Never that. Never that. And at the end of the day, that's why you guys will watch me always. Because I keep it a buck. And you know what I say I fucking mean. Unlike fucking MMA Guru. A woman marrying a rich guy but cheating with the pool boy. Well, that's just a hypothetical. That hasn't happened. Some Shrek fairy tale shit. These hoes ain't loyal, guys. Trust me. Nah, no one ever said they are necessarily perfecto. Some are. True, that's why I stay broke. Shout out Tony M. Space Kid says, LMAO, I'm dying, bro. I know you love it. Had to argue with you when comes to women. Hard to argue with you when comes to women. See, and that's another one. Saxby is a subscriber because of my takes on women, if I'm not mistaken. So Saxby has always, vibed with me when it comes to these takes. And again, it's just to say that, like, I come on here and I tell you guys the truth of how I view things. It's not like I read the comment section and now I'm going with what you guys think. I'm going against everybody. So going against everybody, and then we still have people in the chat saying, like, hard to argue with you when it comes to the women. You feel me? Hey, Jacob, your boy Saturday or whatever is crazy. He's saying McMillan stands no chance versus Montez. McMillan going to steamroll that kid. I do think McMillan is going to steamroll Montez. But McMillan isn't technically sound. I think Saturday gets duped about some things, though. I think Saturday thinks that, like, this guy does stand a chance. And listen, the UFC would not give McMillan a fight that's not favorable for him at this point in time. So there's a little bit of gimmick to it. Space says sorry. What you apologizing for, Space? Oh, for deleting a chat? Eric says, I work on a lot of high-end homes. You can sense how much the homeowners and their spouses hate each other. See what I mean? She probably getting cracked by a broke dude. And all you bums in the chat think that they don't like the broke dude. Come on now. And shit, you guys aren't bums. Just let me speak in hyperbole because it's more fun that way. Why do I have a devil advocate view on what you say most of the time, but never when it comes to your takes on chicks? It's like gospel. No offense. No. No offense taken, Saxby. For me, Saxby, I do appreciate an old devil's avocado, an old devil's advocate. I do appreciate that. I like the devil's advocate. I always respect the devil's advocate. But with that being said, when you can't present the devil's advocate when it comes to women, it's because, bro, I do cover all the bases. Like, I have voiced out the devil's advocates already. I already did. So maybe that's why it's hard to kind of bring it up. But yeah, you know what? You feel me. I know you guys feel me. Shit. And if you don't feel me, I'm so confident it don't even matter. If you don't feel me, right? If you don't feel me on what I'm saying, shit, do it your way. Do it your way. I'll do it my way. Let's you know what I mean? It's all good. Ain't no sweat. Absolutely ain't no sweat. Just do it your way then. Keep doing it your way. Maybe this is Max's cover curse. Rower says, yo, didn't know the manager thing, question mark. That is a true situation that happened, Ro. That is a true situation that happened. Yes, it's a very true situation. I mean, it's in the meta. It's in the metasphere, metaverse. It exists online, in forums. It exists. The conversations were had. The allegations were made. You know what I mean? Yes. The manager tried to cozy up next to her, and it was alarming. And everyone called it out and said, yo, what the fuck is this guy doing next to Max's girl like that? Ruthless was very curious about that call, just finding out about this McMillan guy. He thinks the UFC is giving him a favorable matchup. They are, Franklin. Space says, wait, what? She's up on the manager. Pair, you falling off on red flag spotting, bro. That was a red flag. True, bad bitches shoot up and heat up the spoon. Yeah, bad bitches, man. Bad bitches. They metaphorically and physically speaking. They bad metaphorically and physically speaking. A bad bitch ain't a bad bitch unless it's metaphorically and physically speaking. The true definition of a bad bitch is metaphorically and physically speaking. They're really toxic for you. Bad bitches, you can't live with them. You can't live without them. Am I right? Am I right, Miami? Bad bitches, you can't live with them. You can't live without them. You really can't. Jimmy Jam says, I'm sorry, bro. I was just mad because you quit jiu-jitsu. Yeah, shit. Whatever. I mean, Jimmy Jam, I feel like I would sub your ass, though, bro. For damn sure. Come on, Perry. You're no bum. Well, thank you, Space. Better you say it than me, right, Space? W MMA Guru shade, which is like, be authentic, homie, and I will have no shade to throw you. I say I like Guru all the time, but then he fucking does some stupid ass shit. Sea Blue says, are you dating an athlete because your girl won multiple eating contests? I treat a B like 7 Up. Never have, never will. You feel me? Honestly, I don't feel you, but I like the comment. I don't understand it. Tyler Betts putting my emoji in the cuck chair saying LOL JK. How dare you, Tyler Betts? Trevor Ryder says Max's wife is hot. Homie, we not even talking about whether Max's wife is hot or not. You know what I mean? It's a side note. Fact, brother, your takes on women shows me you're not a bum, and that has been outside with logic. I respect that. Shit, thank you, Saxby. Come on. People know the truth at the end of the day. Women cheating with Pool Boy happened to Piers Morgan, I believe. Yeah, that did happen to Piers Morgan. Exactly my point, though. That's why Piers Morgan invented the pool cleaner. That's good, Tyler Betts. There it is. Tyler Betts coming back with the funny chats. Saxby, I don't respect a man that put a chick on a pedestal. Treat her like that, and she will treat you like a fanboy. These bitches are evil unless they love you. Yes. They are a little evil unless they love you. They are. Here's saying, tell us she not happy right now. Otherwise, she would not disrespect him. Max CTE is probably showing. I love bad bitches. That's my fucking problem. Space saying better me. Shit, that's Tony M's problem. I already know it. Saxby says, Guru become everything he hated about Ariel. He does not keep a buck anymore. He doesn't, bro. Tyler Betts says, feel like half of chat hasn't seen the coach snuggle clip, including me, I think. Can someone drop it in the chat? Can someone drop it in the Discord and I'll pull it up? But I'm running stream right now, so it'd be easier if one of the boys can help me. Just type in Max's wife or Max Holloway's manager hugging his wife after knocking out Justin Gaethje. Go type that in. For sure, she a gold digger. If you got to convince a girl to be with you for years, it gives an icky feeling like desperation paid off. No, I know, but whose fault is that? Is that Max's fault or Alessa's fault? I think that's Max's fault. Max kind of simped over Alessa, and that's on Max. How is it Alessa's fault that Max was simping on her? It's not. It was on Max to handle that accordingly. He didn't fully handle that accordingly. And he simped on her, and they are where they are. But the funny thing is, guys, here's the funny thing too. You guys always need to hear it from me because nobody knows shit, huh? I'm playing. I'm sure you guys know everything, just like me. But I'll say it. It's not about how you start. It's how you finish, guys. Let me say that again. It's not about how you start. It's how you finish. Just because she didn't like him in the beginning, let's not say she didn't like him in the beginning. Let's just put it like this. Just because Max simped on her in the beginning and she ghosted him for years, okay, it's not about how you start. It's how you finish. Listen, I'm guaranteeing you guys, Max got this girl to love him. She love him now. If she didn't love him then, she love him now. And that's the thing that you guys are also overlooking. If she didn't love him then, she love him now. In my opinion, we could be wrong. She could go and smash the pool guy, the pool boy. We don't know. In my opinion, right now as it stands, I'm going to say, it's not about how you start. It's how you finish. If she didn't like him then, she definitely love him now. Okay, the roles have flipped. If anything, in my opinion, I bet you this girl couldn't live without Max anymore. Okay, so again, some of the early stuff doesn't matter, and again, it doesn't matter. I don't know how to explain it. You guys should just be able to understand some of this stuff if you guys know everything. But it's like her ignoring him, Max simping over her, she finally saying, okay, Max, I'll give you a chance. And then Max being like, finally, and then just going all in on her. That's on Max. That's not on her. That's on Max for being a simp. Max should have been like, shit, this girl didn't want me. You know what I mean? I've been hitting you up for years, right? You want to kick it with me now? Okay, we can kick it. But this probably not going to go anywhere because, I've been hitting you up for years. Now I feel some type of way about it, But Max didn't do that, and that's his prerogative. And actually, by not doing that, let me put you guys on game. Now he got her for life because, like I said, the roles have flipped. If she didn't like him then, she definitely love him now. You guys understand what I'm saying? If she didn't like him then, She love him now. It's way more than like, now she loves him. Now she can't live without her. You know, best believe she would be destroyed if he left her. Best believe she would be destroyed if he left her. So what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Finally. Yeah, Max is like, finally. Finally, she wants me. It's like, Max, you should have played that shit accordingly. Someone get a DNA check on Max Jr. Tyler Betts, please. Max Jr. is hilarious. Most of these fighters are dorks that need to fight for validation. That's what fueled them to the top. I agree, Saxby. That status just made him a little bit more sweeter. She bent over and threw it back at him. Holy fuck. I agree. It's not black and white, boys. Smart man. Learn from others. Listen to him. Come on now. You got to listen to me a little bit. Finisher Max. Low-key crazy from Max, though it is. Might be the coach's son or manager. Okay, let's pull up the clip. Tony M dropped it. Tony M dropped the clip of Max's manager snuggling up to Alessa. So this is a red flag. This is a red flag. Hold on. In my opinion, it's kind of caught red-handed. And this guy's a fucking scoundrel. You know what I'm saying? This guy's a scoundrel for putting his arm around her. Sitting next to her. Fuck you. What, because you're the manager? You got to keep Max's girl safe? Get the fuck away from her. This is the red flag, though. Get the fuck away from her. I mean, it's a co-interaction, more of the guy doing it. Yeah, that's why I'm on him. I'm on that dude. He fucking looking for any excuse to touch her. And this is what I'm saying, guys. The broke dude is always the worst enemy to a Max Hall, to like the rich guy, you know? But yeah. Yeah. There is this. Gold diggers come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and ethnicities. Yeah, for sure. What's poppin' America first? What is poppin', homie? I've been also blowing up on X. I've been blowing up on X sharing sharing my opinions. Let's hear this real quick though.
Good. Let's go.
It's gonna get bad for you.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes,
Nice to meet you.
You too.
It's gonna be bad for you. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. That was good. Look at this. Arman Tsarukyan has an opponent in date for his next UFC fight and is flying to Vegas on Monday to make it official. We put pen to paper Monday and that's it. It's going to be a good fight. Exciting fight and the best place to fight for me. This year, 2 fights, 2 belts. Interesting. So, Arman. My guess, Arman not fighting for the belt next. Arman fighting a contender fight. Number 1. Him versus Charles rematch likely. Crazy. I think Arman not getting the title shot. America first. I kind of riding with Usman. DDP retiring Usman tomorrow. Bet the house on it. But I feel you. I feel you. Okay, wait. Let's see what you guys said, though. I don't blame him. I would also be looking for any excuse to touch her. I know, Tony, but come on, bro. Come on, bro. He shouldn't be doing that, Tony. Holloway got hauled away. That's some horse racing derby shit, grabbing on the woman when everyone is excited. Yeah, he ain't slick, bro. He got caught in 4 fucking K, Ruby Z. That's all on the manager there. Yep. Saxby says, Pori wife is a trophy wife. She gives trophy wife. It could have been bad for that fan, not going to lie. DDP retiring Usman tomorrow. Bet the house on it. Most black people control the chicks better. Honestly, the black community got to put me on game. I don't really know. I'm not too familiar with a black man's game with their women. Anyone care to inform me? How the black guys do it? Black guys, you know, it's probably difficult out there because they don't really want to date black women, you know? And then I'd imagine dating outside their race kind of does lead to a bit of a higher infidelity on average. Can I put it like that? Some women will wife up a black dude outside of, you know, who's not, you know, how do I put this? Some non-black women will marry a black dude, right? But you got to imagine some non-black women are just trying to get cracked, right? So I think maybe black dudes got it tough out there. But also being because you guys be ignoring your own chicks, you know? Because you guys be fucking discriminating against your own women. So it makes it more difficult. Day 132. What up, Max Energy? Arman versus Patty. Hot take. Arman will lose the next fight. Interesting. I mean, depends on who, Saxby. Yo, is it just me or is it kind of crazy? 331 main still isn't official. Kind of crazy, but I think we know. No, we don't know. We knew that 330 was going to be Ian versus Islam. What's 331 going to be? DDP going to wrestle as much as he can and wear out Usman's old knees. We'll see. It could be the greatest deception tactic of all time. Max Energy says, headed to UFC OKC in the morning. Let's go. Also going to meet Diego Lopez at 11 a.m. We'll try to network my way into getting him connected with you, Perry. Shit, let's go, Max Energy. If you can get me an interview with Diego Lopez, I would love it. Saxby says, you think like the brother. Oh, shit, so I got a brother's mentality? I got game like the brothers, Saxby? I got game like a black guy or what? I just pull women left and right with my aura, my looks. I get way too many. That's my problem. I look like Chris Brown, so it's a hack. Hey, that's a good problem to have, Max Energy. You're blessed, homie. Aaron Pico versus Max Holloway if Gaethje 2 doesn't happen. No way, Malcolm. Pico need to do more work, homie. By the way, when John Pork steps in the cage, his last fight would have been 1 year and 5 days ago, but his opponent is worse. His last fight was 3 years ago. No kidding. Shit, we're just going to no-sell John Pork. W. Chris Brown. Cupcake says by cheating. Tell me one black guy in MMA that is a chick like we mean. Wait, what, Saxby? Tell me one black guy in MMA that is a chick like we mention a lot white once. I have no clue what that means. Jamal Hill and Joanna. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't fucking with no broke. You almost got me to say that one, Jew. What up, Jew? It's hard to be black, but to broke and the rich one keep it 100. She won't manipulate him for the kids. A black man will leave them chicks and make new ones. Haha. Oh yeah, black men also that is a thing in the black community, is it not? They don't be sticking around to raise their children. We know it. Yeah, I'll send you all the details. Excited to meet, bro. Shit. Send me the deets, Max Energy, and have fun at UFC OKC, homie. It's gonna be bad, my brother. There we go. If Armand loses to Covington, Dana will jump to have Armand fight on the next UFC card. Watch and see. Yes, brother, you brown blood can't allow you to worship a woman. Ha ha ha. Yeah, shit. I'm gonna leave it as Saxby said it. Max Energy says, W Colby for saying the word today. That's legendary, my go. Yeah, Colby definitely said it. I'm black from the waist down, says America First. Good shit. DDP got it. Usman got fucked up knee. Okay, so can we go to my statuses I've been making? I told you guys I've been blowing up for sharing my opinions on X. It was only 2 of them. But it was this one. I said to everyone saying Max's wife was only interested after finding out he was UFC champ. Well, we already been through this, but I said she clearly stated she hit him up when she moved back to Hawaii for a gym recommendation. 2, he suggested the gym and asked to hang out. 3, she accepted and only found out how big of a deal he was after they already started hanging out because people kept coming up to him, which caused her to look him up online. She didn't, quote unquote, wait to hang out with him until she found out he was champ. She did the opposite. That's true. She hung out with him and then found out he was champ. I don't know why it's so hard. But also, this blew up yesterday. I'm convinced Usman's knees are perfectly fine. He just plays it up as a deception tactic.
I was doing pictures. I could have dressed up. I didn't know y'all was doing pictures. I could have dressed up.
Tell me one MMA black fighter that is a cuck or we know his wife is in control. I'm not understanding Saxby, but that's all right. Usman also 39 says Jew. Colby ended Bilal with that comment about his looks. I know. Tony M says I didn't get bro. Mission failed. We'll get him next. We'll get him next time. All right, Tony M. Usman will beat DDP. I hope. I can't stand DDP. He feel like slave master. I want a pistachio donut, Brandon. Shit. Why'd they shut down all the old fairies? America First. Drew goes, I know he out wrestled Buck, but Buck's a smaller dude and grappling ain't really there at all. DDP got a little bit. He just looked like shit against Hamzat because it's Hamzat. Usman ain't him. Smaller guy moving up, no knee, almost 40, will probably be having a hard time trying to box against DDP's funky style. We shall see. We shall see. I think it's going to be a good fight, though. And the one thing that I did say, I made this other tweet after their face-off. And it's like, I just wanted to say this. I don't think people state enough how about it Usman actually is. Like, okay, Jew, what you said, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with you. I think that you gave a fair breakdown, right? I think you gave a fair breakdown, Jew. But it's just like, there's an intangible, right? Intangibles, things you can't necessarily like factor in or contextualize. I think Usman's about it factor is a massive intangible. Like, just look at, like, Usman kind of reminds me of like the younger brother in a way, who's always ready to like just fucking put it on the line. I can't fully explain it, but Usman, you can see the competitiveness ooze out of him. He doesn't care how big you are. You know, he starts getting competitive and he wants that smoke. That's the one thing I get from Usman. You know, this dude actually really don't got to say shit at all. I can see it in Usman's demeanor, the way he carries himself, his eyes, time after time, never shaking hands with his opponent and goofy ass shit like that. Look at Usman. He never wants no friendship. He never wants no wavering. He never wavers. You know, he's about it. He wants to, like, just watch this face off. I think Usman's so about it. And he might lose. You know, he's going up. He's older. But shit, with all that being said, with all the intangibles going against Usman, zero weakness, zero handshake, zero step back, so to speak. You know, all up in Usman, all up in DDP's grill about it. And listen, guys, That's just the thing I love the most about the fight game. Guys who are about it. Take all the cameras, take it all away. Usman is about it. You know? Watch Usman's face off.
319 at 220 pounds. That is huge for middleweight.
Listen, Usman looks good. He looks big.
Yeah.
He looks like a typical middleweight, I think. But there is definitely a size advantage for DDP here.
DDP's just an ox.
There's no question about it.
Yeah.
His head is almost as big as yours.
And that's saying something.
No, let's not get crazy.
No handshake, step back, still dogging. Like, I fuck with it.
319 at 220 pounds. That is huge for middleweight.
Listen, Usman looks good. He looks big. He looks like a typical middleweight, I think. But there is definitely a size advantage for DDP here.
DDP's just an ox.
There's no question about it.
His head is almost as big as yours.
And that's saying something.
No, let's not get crazy.
I like it, man. I really do like it. I really do like it. Grown-ass man painting his face. Usman will win unless Father Time caught up to him. Tony M says DDP by round 2 Mog. Okay, Juice says he down for sure, but he's also only down because he know a title shot is there. I wouldn't say that's why he's down, Jew. I feel like Usman's always down. I won't take that away from him. But you can have your opinion, but I won't take that away from him. And even though, and I would say even if that is true, Jew, is that really something to criticize? Not to say you're criticizing him, right? But I would say, is that a criticism? You know, is it a bad thing? You know? Is that a bad thing that he gets motivated from potentially fighting for a championship? I mean, probably not, you know, probably not. So if he is, it's fine, but I don't really think that's the only reason why he's motivated. I do think that Usman just is a competitive dude. And I like that. I don't like the friendliness from fighters. Cupcake says, I love Usman. He's one of my favorites. For real, for real. Yeah, I fuck with Usman heavy. Juice says, only way I'm seeing Usman win is if he does DDP the way he did Buck, but apparently DDP been improving his wrestling a lot after that loss. We shall see. We're going to find out Saturday night, Jew. Usman mentality is his biggest attribute. He reminds me of Habib mentality. Yeah. You can see it. I'd want Usman to win, says Jew. I'd like to win a bet off him, but I just can't see at this point in his career. No, that's fair enough. Fair enough. You keep it at a buck. Usman's thinking, I will win this fight. DDP is thinking, I will beat this black fighter and make Guru proud. Remember Marty trying to press Askren? I do remember that, Tony. Honestly, I'm a bit tired because I've been yapping for an hour and I have not been live for that many days. So I feel like my you know what I'm trying to say. I gotta build up the stamina again. But real quick, I mean, I don't have much to say about this, but this is in the title, so I'll just kind of show you guys. This dude, Conor, is still fucking yapping. And honestly, Conor, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Go live your life, homie. We don't give a shit about you, really. Honestly, it just gets to a point. Like, dude, you wasted all of our fucking time. You haven't stopped tweeting since. Shut the fuck up, Conor. You're still yapping, bro. Just shut the fuck up. You know, please pipe down all this fucking goofy ass shit. You know, Conor, would you please shut the fuck up, bro? You're not coming back. It's proof you were never coming back. This was a big sham. And you selling wolf tickets, homie, and you still fucking yapping. This dude. I have not and will not take any mind-altering substances. I feel if the fight had went any different, favorably or otherwise, even if the fight got to take place at least, I may have cracked the seal on this and ended back in the cycle. However, it went the way it went, and I am awaiting my surgery and planning my recovery, so zero mind-altering substances have entered my body whatsoever. More time under extreme discipline is required, and that is it. I find extreme discipline most enjoyable anyway, so happy days. Did anyone ask you, homie? I don't think anyone fucking asked what you're up to. The first fight was midway through the second round, and we were positioned on the canvas. Oh, Conor responded to somebody saying, how come you fought with a torn ACL in the first fight and couldn't in this one? Why did you throw the exact same kick after tearing your ACL? The first fight was midway through the second round, and we were positioned on the canvas where there was no weight bearing necessary. It was also the left leg, which is my back leg in fighting stance. When you strike, you move onto your lead leg, so the effect was less. I was able to strike sufficiently and enter to a takedown. This current one was my lead leg, the right leg. Every movement was affected. It was also not me who was calling for the fight to be waived. If it wasn't injured, it was a ridiculous attempt of full sprint jumping and roundhouse kick that was never going to work and could and did lead to injury. Lesson learned, we hope. Conor responds, a foot too early for sure. Never going to work. I disagree. The eagerness / rush out the gate is what 5 years of the game out of the game will do. Noted and corrected. I'll get it right. I'm getting closer. That is my mindset. Maybe start with a normal punch next time. No Bruce Lee flying kicks. Conor says, I could have walked into the center of that octagon and taken a phone call. There was 0-4 attack coming at me, nor was there going to be next time. No next time. Says it has to be Holloway next. It's just like, bro, we're not even worried about you. Just shut the fuck up, you know? You still yapping after the loss, homie? Here, he's yapping yesterday too. Or no, this was earlier today. The guy just yaps every day, you know? Conor only lost because Poirier put a curse on him. He manifested it by foreshadowing that it was going to be bad. My N-word. No, next time. Space, you want to fucking next time, homie? Like, what the fuck? If anyone wants a next time for Conor, you guys got to get right with yourself. There's something up. There's something up if you really want a next time for Conor. Listen, there wasn't even a this time. Space, what you mean next time? There ain't even a this time. He didn't even fight this time. He didn't even fight this time, bro. Listen, homie, it's done with. What the fuck are we on? What the fuck are we on? It's done with, man. It's done with. Let's end this charade already. It's actually, I ain't calling no one goofy. Okay? But the charade is becoming goofy. The charade is becoming goofy. Like the Conor support. What you guys doing? What you guys really doing? You're leaving me speechless. Won't be a next, will be a last time. Shit. There wasn't a this time. This was the last time. There will be no next time. Fa. Hope Conor heals his knee. Hey, our boy is back tomorrow. JMD. Who's JMD? You really think he's not going to attempt that last fight on his contract? I'm sure he will, but why should that excite us? This is what I've been trying to explain to you guys. Why the fuck do you care? So Conor wants to fight because he's trying to end the last fight on his contract. And like you guys are just like, so you want to see Conor fight because he has one fight left on his contract? Is that what's going to draw you in? If your answer is yes, then I just want to know, what does having one fight left on his contract have to do with his fighting skill? The product he's going to turn out into the octagon. So like, saying you really think he's not going to attempt that last fight on his contract? I'm sure he will, but who gives a shit? My thing isn't like, whether or not he'll come back. My thing is you guys shouldn't support it. You guys should not be behind it. You guys should not be excited for it. If you're Space Kid, you should not be holding on for fucking hope. Are you kidding me? Let go. I don't know what you're holding on to. You know? Like, it's just so lame to me that we're going to watch Conor, we're going to act like we care about Conor coming back on the basis that he has one fight left on his deal. His skill not there. Yeah, he's washed. What do we expect? But I like old guys going out on their own terms. But Jude, didn't you say that Conor was going to fuck up Max? Didn't you say that, Jew? You said Conor was going to fuck up Max. So what you mean is skill not there and he's washed? And what do we expect? You expected a lot more and you got disappointed. If anything, you should be the one who's like, nah, I don't want to see that shit. You got me. You fooled me. You know? And Jew, I love you, homie. I don't want to fully start arguing with you. But I would just say that, like, I would rather see Nate than Conor. And after Nate's last fight, I'm good on seeing Nate too. And then going out on their own terms, it's just like, I don't watch Conor and Nate to see vintage versions of themselves. I get it. But it's like, do you like to watch? I mean, okay, it's probably both, right? But listen, I like to watch fighting, bro. I like to watch fighting. Conor, Nate, Schmoner, Schmate, you know? Conor, Nate, Schmoner, Schmate. It don't fucking matter, bro. I want to see elite level fighting. And if you're not an elite level fighter, Schmoner, Schmate, bro. It don't fucking matter. It don't fucking matter, bro. I told you guys the schmack was back. Everybody's saying the Mac is back. I told you guys the schmack is fucking back. What the fuck are you on? You know? So, I don't know, man. AD says, Conor is 100 millionaire dude, all right, and there is no motivation for him nor need to continue to create a mirage for fans. No need. Yeah, that's why he should just shut the fuck up and live his life and stop it. Excited for the Tommy Guns fight tomorrow. Me too. Soda Pop says, I have $30 on Delgado, McMillan, and Klein. Okay. To win 130. Hell yeah, Soda Pop. AD says, conversely, the dude who should get his stuff together and should he fight in return to demonstrate to himself and the world of what fighting brings a spectacle of hope is Nick Diaz. Nah, I'm good on Nick Diaz too, AD. Okay, so shout out to Jew, at least Jew admitting. Jew says, I bought into what Conor said. Yeah, I was halfway joking though, but he's washed, man. He demonstrated something else other than what he said. Okay, all right, fine. Then you know, I'll accept. You know, I appreciate you saying that because that is true. He did, bro. He's not who he says he is. Max is really a simp ? Saw the clip of his kid and little dude seemed to be entitled. Not sure if it was accurate or just a clip. Max is a simp. I don't know about his kid being entitled, but I know Max is a simp. We're not watching Conor vs. Nate 3 or Conor vs. Chandler. No, just two old motherfuckers going at it for nostalgia. Yes. Jacob, what you think of the AB? And the other thing is, like, there's more to it. And I know you guys don't care because you guys are just fight fans, but like the money that's put in play here and how much these guys get and the hype of the show, it's just too disingenuous for a real sporting event. You know, it's like putting Peyton Manning versus fucking Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. It's just, it's backwards, man. It doesn't make sense. It actually frustrates me. So I want to move on from it. But that's what it's like. It's like putting fucking Peyton Manning and Tom Brady as the quarterbacks in the Super Bowl because they had names. It's like, we want to see the best versus the best right now. Fuck anything else. Jacob, what do you think about AB and Dean the Great staying at a gym cave to get ready for a fight? All of the biggest fighters are showing up on their streams. I think it's dope, AD. I think Dean the Great is a bitch, though, and he doesn't train hard. And I think AB, He could train as hard as he wants. He's probably washed now. But they could do what they want. Dean the Great is soft though. Nick heard his new IG got taken down. I'm watching Methed Up Nick. I'm watching Washed Connor versus Washed Nate. All right, Tyler, that's all right. So you could watch whatever, homie. And then the last thing, if I could just sum this up really quickly, Volkan Oezdemir is a dirty cheater. This dude, okay, so let's put it like this. I'm just going to explain it to you. I don't want to like read all the bullshit because I can explain it better. But let me just read out the fine print, and I think we'll go from there. Volkan Oezdemir accepts a 16-month suspension for violating the UFC anti-doping policy after testing positive for EPO. Okay. And to add some context, this was after testing positive for EPO in an out-of-competition sample collected on February 16th and March 5th. Oezdemir's suspension was reduced to 16 months for his full cooperation in the matter. He is eligible to return to competition beginning June 17th, 2027. Okay. Oezdemir has also since issued a statement taking full accountability and even admitted he was the one to inject himself with EPO. So here's the story, okay? Basically, and this isn't his first offense. This is Oezdemir's second offense. But this is the story. Oezdemir got injured in his last fight, okay? And he's panicking because he doesn't want his career to be over or he doesn't want his return to be delayed. And so lo and behold, a doctor reached out to him, as he puts it, and, offered to kind of help him financially, maybe through sponsorships or some other shit, right? And then when Volkan accepted and flew out to meet him, turns out the doctor, bait and switched him, if you will. He bait and switched him. He said one thing to get him there. Then when Volkan showed up, he said, oh shit, it's a whole different thing. And I can help you get better and healthy and return to competition sooner. The doctor basically told him, but we're going to cheat. I'm going to give you EPO and it's undetectable. And, you'll be fine. You'll get back into the system. No one will ever know. No one will ever find out. But you got to inject yourself. So Volkan Oezdemir obliged. He said, okay, I'm down. Give me the EPO, the undetectable EPO. Administered the first injection. 3 days later, I think he put U.S. Combat Sports Anti-Doping pulls up to him at the front door, drug tests him. He pops for EPO. In my opinion, this is like a sting op, bro. This is like a sting op. He got DM'd offering services, said they would be undetectable, took home the EPO, administered it himself, and then fucking the Combat Sports Anti-Doping comes 3 days later. That's like a straight sting op, bro. I feel like Oezdemir got caught in a sting op. I feel like the Combat Sports Anti-Doping is putting out sting ops, I think it was a sting op, to be honest with you. But this dude's a dirty fucking cheat, and he only sorry because he got caught. He literally injected it himself. He was told it would be undetectable, and he said, okay, bet, let's run it. After already doing it once before and getting suspended once before. This dude popped in the past, got told, oh, I got EPO for you, the most fucking egregious drug you could take as an athlete. Okay? And he said, okay, it's undetectable, bet, I'll run it again. He's sure making it sound like a sting. It sounds like a straight sting op, bro. But anyway, and then saying like he got his suspension reduced to 16 months for his cooperation. Like I said, bro had no choice to cooperate. He fucking failed the drug test. So I think that's lame as shit as well. But I'll just read this shit to you guys and then we might get out of it. But we might get off the stream. But here's his statement. In February, I tested positive for EPO after following the recommendations of a healthcare professional. As an athlete, I am responsible for everything I put into my body. I made a mistake and I take full responsibility for it. At the end of 2025, I competed in Qatar. A few days later, I was contacted on Instagram by a healthcare professional based in Switzerland. He introduced himself as a supporter and suggested that we meet. During our first meeting, he told me about his connections with influential people, investment opportunities in one of the Gulf states, and potential prospects for my career after retirement from sport. He also mentioned the possibility of patronage. I was 36 years old and thinking about life after my sporting career, so I was interested. I was recovering from ankle surgery. The healthcare professional and I met again. The conversation shifted. He no longer talked about business, but about my recovery. He presented me with a plan that, according to him, will get me back to peak physical condition within 2 months. He showed me a substance that he described as safe and undetectable. He had prepared a vial of EPO. He told me not to tell anyone about it. I complied. I gave myself the first injection that same evening. That was my decision, and it was the biggest mistake of my life. 3 days later, the Combat Sports anti-doping team came to my home to conduct an anti-doping test. On March 5th, I was informed that my test had come back positive. In that moment, the illusion was shattered and my reality changed, but in a way, it was also a relief. 3 days later is crazy. I decided to tell the UFC everything. I cooperated immediately. I did the same with CSAD. In the end, I received a 16-month suspension in light of my cooperation and the mitigating circumstances. A healthcare professional played a significant role. He initially approached me under the pretense of discussing business. He had prepared the substances himself and provided them to me free of charge. A healthcare professional approaching you under the pretense of discussing business. How stupid can you be? Why the fuck would a healthcare professional reach out to you about business? Nah, you knew what was up, homie. You a fucking dirty ass cheat. My independence has always been one of my strengths. I left home at a young age to live abroad. I built my career far from my family. I moved from country to country to pursue my sport. I got used to dealing with problems on my own, but this time it became a weakness. Today, I want to say to every athlete, especially those competing in individual sports, that isolation is a risk. I acknowledge what I did and I take full responsibility for it. Every athlete is responsible for what they put in their body. I am sharing how this happened because I need to understand my own actions and because what happened to me could happen to other athletes. I let down my sport, my fans, and ultimately myself. To everyone who has supported me, my family, my loved ones, and my supporters, I am deeply sorry. Dude's a cheater. And it's even worse because you're trying to get an advantage in a sport where you could seriously put damage on people. So there's no respect. There's no forgiveness for something like this. Volkan Oezdemir, we don't got no time for a cheater like you. You know, no time. No pun intended. I feel like he knows what he's doing. Yeah, he does for sure. He's making sure it sounds like he's sure making it sound like a sting. I agree. Same story and dumb line of decisions as TJ Killishaw. Would it just increase your cardiovascular system to train harder and longer? How would EPO help a injury, says Jew. BPC would have helped a injury. Nah, Jew. He's a cheater, bro. And he doesn't think that you guys are as educated as you are. He's trying to fucking deceive you. You called that right, Jew. You called that 100% right. You know, you called that 100% right. EPO to heal an ankle injury. Makes zero sense. By the way, how'd you find out about Nick's new IG? Oh, because I'm tapped in, Tony. I'm tapped in. I know all about it. You know, that's why you just tune in here, Tony. You get all the game. Get all the Nick Diaz lore here from me. 67% of people voted Max Holloway's wife is a gold digger. You guys are fucked up. You guys are fucked up, man. Fucking assholes. I'm just kidding. The streets have spoken, and I guess Alessa is a gold digger. You know, the streets have spoken. Okay. I think that's the stream, though. We got Raft tonight, but I'm not going to be streaming that. That is the stream, though, boys. So shout out to everybody who tuned in. Much love, much appreciation. I'm back. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the fights. I think. Tune in tomorrow to see if I'm live. But anyway, boys, thanks for watching. Peace out, everybody. I do hope you guys missed me. That's, I guess, what I'll say. I do hope you guys missed me over the last few days. But yeah, we back. And we 30. We back and we 30. Shit. Shout out to Otto. Let me shout out the streets and we'll get out of here. Shout out to Otto. Shout out to Jew. Shout out to Tyler Betts. Shout out C Blue. Shout out Tony M. Shout out AD Kid. Shout out Tony M. Shout out Soda Pop. Shout out Roro. Shout out Franklin. Shout out Space Kid. Shout out Saxby. Shout out Jimmy Jam. Shout out America First. Shout out my man's Max Energy. Enjoy the fights tomorrow. Shout out to Ruby Z. Shout out to Cupcake. Shout out to Malcolm. Shout out to Roro again. Shout out Ruby Z again, if I didn't already say it. Shout out to Mech Warrior. Shout out to Trevor Ryder. Shout out to Eric Gould. Shout out my man's Perfecto for popping in. Shout out bitch ass Steppa. Shout out Miata Boy for tapping in for the one time. Shout out to Shiloh. Shout out to Tony Sal. Shout out Ricky LaFleur. Shout out my man's Franklin. And yeah, that's everybody. I can't see any more names. So peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like on the way out. Like the stream on the way out, boys. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. And shit, I'll see you tomorrow. Like 99% sure. If I don't pop on tomorrow, well, it's because it's still my birthday week and I'm just enjoying my free time. But I should pop on tomorrow. I think I've had enough free time. Back to work. Shit ain't that sweet. We can't take too much time off. But anyway, peace out, boys. Peace out. Much love. Oh, shit. You guys are saying, damn, Max, skipping Raph is crazy. Peace out, bud. Peace, brother. Bro, my only way to watch Raph. LOL. This is why you shouldn't find your wife in California. Okay, hey, shit. Maybe I'll go live again and watch Raph, but no promises. No promises. All right, G-string though, my knee. All right. If not, it's because he's banging the neighbor. Okay, Tony M. All right, peace out, boys. I will see you. I'll see you later. Peace out, everybody. Shit, maybe if you're lucky, I'll see you in a little bit, but probably not.